Yesterday in worship, we told the stories of several great Christmas carols and then sang them together. For today, I have another carol, but one that is much less familiar. I think you'll enjoy both the story and the carol itself. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas, and this is your daily devotional for Monday, December 26th, 2022. One of the earliest, if not the earliest, Christmas carols written in America is largely unfamiliar to us, though it is growing in popularity. It first appeared in a Presbyterian hymnal in our country in the 1990s. I say it is among the earliest Christmas carols written in America, but it wasn't written in our country. It was written in what is now Canada. Father Jean de Brebeuf was a Jesuit missionary among the Huron peoples during the first half of the 17th century. He struggled for many years to make the gospel relevant to those First Nation people among whom he labored. Father de Brebeuf's problem wasn't unusual, though. One of the difficulties common to missionaries in those days was the question of how to translate the gospel in a way that people who knew nothing of Middle Eastern culture, let alone Christianity, could understand in their own way. Father de Brebeuf adopted a strategy that the church has used literally since the time of the apostles. He translated the stories of the Bible using images and traditions familiar to the Huron people among whom he labored. The Christian church has always functioned best this way. Instead of rejecting the cultures it has encountered, it has sought to connect to them in new and innovative ways. This Canadian carol is an excellent example of this strategy. How do you talk about the birth of Jesus to people who know nothing of herding animals, to say nothing of shepherds and sheep? How do you describe the Magi to people who have no knowledge of Eastern religious traditions? The answer is simple. You use imagery and symbolism that they know, rather than try to introduce them to practices they don't know. So, here, instead of shepherds, hunters. Rather than magi or wise men from the east, chiefs from afar. The carol was written sometime between 1640 and 1645 and was finally translated loosely into English in 1926. Burl Ives, of all people, recorded it on one of his Christmas albums in 1952, and from there it has found its way into our hymnal today. You will find it as hymn number 142 under the title, "'Twas in the Moon of Wintertime." The tune sounds vaguely Native American, but really it is based on a secular French tune, Un jeune pucelle. It is not the most familiar Christmas carol, but it deserves a place in our pantheon of traditional Christmas carols because of its simple beauty and because of the way it weaves together the ancient Christmas story with Native American imagery. I am particularly struck by the way the carol introduces the ministry of the angels. "'Twas in the moon of wintertime, when all the birds had fled, that mighty Gitche Manitou sent angel choirs instead." In our hymnal, I'm sad to say, Mighty Gitche Manitou has been changed to Great Spirit. Otherwise, the feel of the hymn has remained largely unchanged. Here's a recording of the hymn from a group called the King's Counterpoint, recorded in 2015 at the Cathedral Church of St. Luke and St. Paul in Charleston, South Carolina. Enjoy this wonderful hymn.